Omega-3 fats are one of the quiet, everyday tools your body uses to keep normal inflammation in balance. And here are 11 simple foods rich in them. No supplement aisle required. If honest, gentle health wisdom is what you've been looking for, subscribe and stay with me. It truly helps. As we get older, keeping that inflammatory response steady matters more than we tend to think. It touches the heart, the joints, and the brain. The quiet, daily background of how you feel. And these fats genuinely help that balance. There are really two forms. The long-chain ones, EPA and DHA, come mostly from fish, and a plant form, ALA, comes from seeds and nuts. Both are real. Both are worth knowing. And here's the best part. None of them come from a shelf of supplements. It's already food you can buy. You already have at least one of these in your kitchen. Let's see how many. Number 11, wild salmon. It's rich in EPA and DHA, the two long-chain omega-3s that support a healthy inflammatory response and your heart. You don't need much. A simple baked fillet twice a week is plenty. That's it. No powder, no pill, just fish and an oven, and something good on the table. Number 10, sardines. Tiny, cheap, tinned, and honestly one of the best things you can keep in a cupboard. They carry the same long-chain omega-3s as salmon, and because you eat their soft little bones, you get calcium too. On toast, or tossed through a salad. A whole meal from a small tin, and hardly any cost at all. Number 9, mackerel. But before we count down to the plant-based side of the list, let me pause for just a second. If this is the kind of honest, gentle health wisdom you've been looking for, no hype, no supplement aisle, just simple foods that genuinely help, then do me a small favor and hit that subscribe button. This is exactly the sort of thing I share here, week after week. A like helps too, and it means the world. Okay, back to the list, and the walnuts waiting at number 5. This is one of the richest cold water fish for DHA, the omega-3 your brain leans on most. It has a deep, oily flavor that stands up beautifully to a hot grill or a bit of smoke. Grilled with the skin gone crisp, it feels like a treat. It's really just good food. Number 8, herring. A traditional catch that people have salted and eaten for centuries. It's packed with omega-3, and it brings something the others are quieter on. Vitamin D, which so many of us are short on, especially in the darker months. Pickled in a bowl, or gently pan-fried. Old food, and still so good. Notice something already? The smaller and cheaper the fish, the more of these fats it often carries. Not the fancy fillet at the counter. The little tinned ones your grandmother probably kept in the pantry, forgotten behind the beans. There's a quiet lesson in that, and we're not done with it yet. But the next food on this list isn't a fillet you'd ever bake. It's the tiny, salty one already hiding in your pantry, quietly slipping omega-3 into your food without you even tasting it as fish. That is number 7, the anchovy. A salty little flavor bomb you rarely eat on purpose, yet it slips real omega-3 into your food without ever tasting fishy. Melt a couple of fillets into a warm pan of sauce, and they dissolve completely, leaving behind depth, not fish. All the while, they carry EPA, one of the long-chain omega-3s that helps keep your everyday inflammatory response gently in balance. Tiny, cheap. And once again, the smallest thing on the list carries more than its size suggests. That's the pattern here, isn't it? The little ones keep out carrying the big ones. Number 6, oysters. Now this one surprises people. We think of oysters as a treat, something briny on ice with a wedge of lemon, but they are a genuine source of omega-3, and they bring something extra with them. Zinc. Real zinc, the kind that supports normal immune function, the quiet work your body does to keep itself well. No supplement aisle needed. Just food that has fed people from the shoreline for a very, very long time. Before we cross from the sea to the garden, tell me in the comments which of these you already eat, and which one just surprised you. I read them. And if this is the honest kind of health you've been looking for, subscribe and stay with me. That is all I'll ask. Now, everything so far came from water. The next 4 grow on land, and they play by slightly different rules. Number 5, walnuts. The standout tree nut for omega-3, and here the nutrient changes its name. In fish, it was EPA and DHA. In a walnut, it's ALA, plant omega-3, a real and worthwhile fat your body can use. A small handful of walnuts daily, folded into your morning oats or eaten just as they are, supports heart health as part of a balanced diet. Not a cure. A good, steady habit, the kind that adds up quietly over years. Number 4, chia seeds. Tiny black seeds, and there is a lot packed into them. They are loaded with ALA, that same plant omega-3, and they carry fiber, the gentle kind that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Stir a spoonful into a bowl of yogurt and you'll barely notice it. Or make an overnight chia pudding, a spoonful in milk left in the fridge, swelling soft by morning. No supplement aisle, no powder. Just a small seed doing quietly what seeds have always done. Simple and true. And here is a quiet honesty worth naming now. These plant seeds give you ALA, and ALA is real, but your body treats it a little differently than it treats the omega-3 in a fish. There's a truth in that difference, and we'll be honest about it at the very end. Because the last plant foods share one honest thing the fish do not. Your body only turns a modest part of their ALA into the EPA and DHA it actually uses. And the number 1 omega-3 food of all, the cheapest and most overlooked on this entire list, only truly works if you prepare it one specific way. One specific way. We'll get there, I promise. But first, the honest truth about every plant on this list. Plant omega-3 comes in a form called ALA, and your body converts only a modest part of it into the EPA and DHA it actually uses most. So if you lean on plants, it helps to spread across several sources. No supplement aisle needed. It's already food you can buy. With that said plainly, here are the last 3. Number 3, hemp seeds. Soft, a little nutty, easy to love. They give you ALA along with a good dose of plant protein, which makes them one of those quiet foods that does 2 jobs at once. Sprinkle a spoonful over your morning oats, or scatter them across a salad. You'll barely notice them going in. Your body will. Number 2, edamame. Young green soybeans, picked before they harden. They carry ALA too, along with protein and fiber, and there's something honest about how simple they are. Steamed, lightly salted, eaten straight from the pod. A small bowl, warm, on a quiet evening. That's the whole recipe. And here's the honest correction I owe you, said fully. Plant ALA is real. It is worthwhile. But because the body converts only a modest part of ALA into the long-chain EPA and DHA it leans on most, plant eaters do best by drawing from a wider spread of sources. Walnuts, chia, hemp, edamame, all of it together. That's not a disappointment. It's just the truth. And the truth is still good. These foods still nourish you. They just do it gently. Which brings us, at last, to number 1. Ground flaxseed. This is the one I promised at the very start. The easiest and most overlooked of all. It is one of the richest plant sources of ALA there is. It's cheap, it's gentle, and it hides in plain sight in the baking aisle while everyone walks past it. But here's the one thing that matters. Flaxseed is best ground, so the body can actually use it. Whole seeds are so smooth and hard that most of them pass straight through you, untouched, taking their goodness with them. Ground, they open up. A tablespoon of ground flaxseed stirred into your porridge, blended into a smoothie, folded into whatever you're baking. That's it. That's the whole trick. Something so small, so cheap, carrying so much. The smallest and least noticed food on this list, quietly doing the most. Now, a word before we finish, because it matters. None of this is medicine. None of this replaces your doctor. These 11 foods support a steady, everyday inflammatory response for the heart, the joints, the brain, but they are support, not a cure. If your inflammation is tied to a real condition, if something is truly wrong, please see your doctor. Think of these foods as the good daily habits that keep a body well, and that's the honest picture. 11 ordinary foods, some from cold water, some from field and garden, each one real, each one buyable or growable, each one offering steady, gentle help and no miracle at all. For as long as people have gathered food from water and field, these quiet fats have nourished us. Long before anyone knew the words EPA and DHA and ALA, the salmon and the flaxseed were already doing their work. No miracle, just something good and true. And sometimes the best thing we can do is simply eat what nature offers.